You've been struggling with anxiety and depression for as long as you can remember, suffering terribly from the uncontrollable fear, constant worry, scared for years and years because of uncontrollable heart palpitations, the damage of medication to your body, weight gain, feel more out of it, more psychotic, constantly feeling panically and heavy burden, waking up in the middle of the night with the feeling of dread in the pit of your stomach, wondering how to be normal again, thinking that you'll look back over your life at the end and realize you didn't truly live. No matter how old you are, no matter what you tried in the past to help, talk therapy, medication, exposure therapy to painful fears, endless hours of spiritual meditation, the anxiety and depression continues to plague you. And just when you thought it was gone, bam, it comes back, and you find yourself stuck in the middle of an awful, downward negative spiral again, tired and afraid that you're finally going to lose your mind and self this time. This anxiety is the kind that keeps you in an emotional mess, keeps your bank account zero, anxiety that causes you to wake up suddenly every night for days at a time with that gnawing, deathly feeling, having confused feelings every time a controlling boss, an overwhelmed husband, an angry mother comes into the room, and you begin to get tongue-tied, losing your voice, your power, because you can no longer think clearly. And you are just confused. You've done everything you know how to do, but you find yourself still anxious, still afraid to go outside without feeling like something terrible is going to happen to you. Still feeling so heavy that even after getting the kids to school, you have to climb back into bed for hours. You pray to God for years, silently meditated for hours and done yoga for days. Change your eating habits and practice CBT, NLP, and EFT, but you still feel like there is no end to the constant mental, emotional, and physical pain. And if you're like most people who are desperately trying to heal from anxiety and depression with little or no success, it's driven you crazy. It's kept you up at night. It's pushed you to tears as you wonder, why is this happening to me? Why can't I just do what I want to do without the fear? Why can't I just reach my goals and work for as long as I want to? What about the life of freedom, of purpose, a life of happiness and fulfillment in your personal life and in your relationships? Asking over and over in your head, why can't I just be one of the ones that get to live the life of their dreams, the life of joy that I know I deserve? Now, maybe I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to tell you the truth that many mental health professionals don't tell you, because many don't know or practice it for themselves. The reason you've been stuck in anxiety and depression again and again, and that if nothing changes, you'll probably keep getting stuck. So just listen to what I'm going to say right now. My name is Tamika LaShawn Aaron. I have a master's degree in divinity from Yale Divinity School. I've studied and practiced law of attraction for over 15 years. I'm a law of attraction coach, mentor, and teacher, and energy healer who has helped hundreds of men and women take back their lives from anxiety and depression. I have used my unique skill set and experience to help many people learn, heal, take steps they were formerly stuck in to gain control over their lives and find their personal power again. But more than that, I'm a former anxiety and depression sufferer myself. I've healed from anxiety and depression within a 9-month period using the very tools and information I share in this program. And if you really want to understand how to heal forever your anxiety and depression and learn the little-known secrets and truth that most mental health professionals don't know to tell you, and if they do know, have been unsuccessful in using it to heal themselves, I have step-by-step processes to help you reduce and totally eliminate the many triggers that cause your extreme nervousness and feelings of dying inside. To begin to understand that what keeps you stuck in anxiety and depression, even though you worked on your personal development for years with little to moderate results. Steps where you could finally begin to have immediate relief and healing from the entrenched negative thinking patterns you carried for so long, from the pain of every family and friend relationship ending in misery. And what I'm going to say in this video has the capacity and the capability to change your life forever, to change your relationship with anxiety and depression forever, to open your eyes for good and to give you the long-awaited and exhilarated power back over your mind, emotions, and your body. Listen, you already know what that feeling of hopelessness and powerlessness in the pit of your stomach feels like, that nauseous feeling that tells you that your panic and anxiety is increasing. the heaviness of depression that feels like it's literally weighing your body down, closing your mind down, the anger, the sadness, and pain you feel because loved ones and friends keep yelling at you and dismissing your symptoms because they just don't understand. That somehow you feel trapped inside a negative mind, a painful body, and painful emotions, that your thoughts and feelings are constantly lying to you. Your feeling of giving so much with no reciprocation, of being used by everyone, with no real understanding of how to finally break the cycle. The only way to have your life of freedom back is to learn and understand how anxiety and depression exist in your life in the first place. It's to go places that the average therapist, psychologist, Facebook group, and blog don't know about. Places that the average mental health professional can't even explain to you, even if they wanted to, because the doors are only just opening to them in the world of energy. If you know you are ready to take immediate steps to healing your anxiety and depression, act fast. Do it now. Why wait another minute? Don't miss an opportunity to start on the path of living anxiety-free forever, a chance to truly understand anxiety, depression, and yourself, mostly. To be the person that finally understands how they ended lost in anxiety and depression in the first place, and the one who more easily and effortlessly takes the steps to their anxiety freedom. The one who finally begins to create and live the life you were born to live. In fact, right now, as you watch this, I want you to know that you have everything you need to heal from anxiety and depression, no matter the reasons. You just don't realize it yet. You don't know your own power to heal your life. Just by waking up to the truth that I remind you of in my program, taking a deep breath, and practicing with ease the processes and tools I share for a few minutes daily, you'll gain the ability to see how to finally free yourself from dreadful grips of constant mental pain and emotional blockages of anxiety and depression. You will learn how to turn the anxious and depressed mind into an open book, turning the confusion as to why your best friend ignores you into healing, finally understanding how to move forward in your career, relationship, and money. Finally understanding anxiety and depression as easily as understanding a third-grade math problem. I know, it sounds unbelievable. Truly, as I learned and practiced the tools, all of my confusion became so clear, and I knew my healing was certain. Finally being able to feel confident anywhere and anytime, freely going wherever you want, whenever you want, even if others are stuck in their own fears and anger. In a few minutes, I'll share the program where I teach the specific tools I learned and practiced, where I healed my own lifetime of anxiety. I'm going to share it all with you, folks. But first, I need to tell you the journey that got me here in the first place. It started when I realized that after about 9 months of practicing my signature art of anxiety releasing techniques that I share in this Anxiety Freedom Training Program, that I noticed such big changes in my life that I was confidently addressing authoritative and critical people that I used to be afraid of. What I needed, and I used to tell them what I needed and what I wanted. Everything changed. I had changed. And there was only moving forward and moving faster for me. After taking personal inventory of my life and noticing how dramatically and completely changed within less than a year, I was overwhelmed with gratitude and appreciation of my life and the journey I traveled. I realized that I was definitely a different person. You know, they say if you can change 4 habits a year, you're doing good. Actually, hundreds of things about myself had changed. Old patterns of thoughts, past painful emotional bonds and trigger responses had completely disappeared from my life. And without effort, without hard work, in a state of grace, ease, and relief. Today, I'm still breaking through patterns that I was stuck in when it comes to building my business larger and larger and helping more and more people. Now I'm more confident to state my needs and desires to anyone, to talk to handsome men I'm interested in, to join groups that I formerly didn't feel worthy to attend in the past, happily doing things that I only dreamed of, and finally doing the things that just a year ago, just 6 months ago, caused me to pour my heart out to friends and beg for God for help. Help that I have been praying for all of my life has finally come in the form of these practices, processes, and tools that I'm so excited, enthusiastic to share with you. I know you're angry, you're sad, frustrated, desperately trying to find your purpose in life, to do what brings you happiness, desperately trying to find someone who understands you, understands your pain. It's weird for me to say, but thanks to my anxiety and bouts with depression in the past and me using my unique Ivy League critical thinking and spiritual reflection skills, I've been able to help, mainly through my coaching programs, even the worst anxiety sufferers stuck in obsessive-compulsive thoughts, help them experience success in healing and taking steps away from the pain, healing them, experiencing more inner peace and self-empowerment. And one day I decided to write all the ways I have changed down, and I wrote down all the ways that many people I've coached changed, and I was humbled with the real-life miracles that almost every one of my clients had experienced. Men finishing projects they simply could not motivate themselves to move on. Women realizing they are worth the chance of creating their own business. As I reflected upon my own great transformation and began to dig through what I specifically taught to myself and to help others find success in their lives, in their careers, in their families and friends, I began to discover my unique system of anxiety-releasing techniques, art. As I realized more and more that it wasn't about me working harder to change my patterns of belief or about forcing myself to expose myself to my fears and pains with a lot of effort, I began to write down this rather miraculous system that allowed me to literally go from a supporting actor to the star in the movie of my own life. And as I worked specifically with more and more people suffering from anxiety and depression, people who knew the fabulousness of their old lives and wanted it back or to even be better, people who shared how anxiety and depression had wreaked havoc over their lives, broke their heart and body into pieces, people whom I coached, received emails, and just simply talked to, poured out their hearts, clenching their teeth and desperately wanting to know, why is this happening to me? Why can't I get myself together? Why can't I have a good relationship? Why can't I just make the deadline without all of the stress? Am I ever going to fully, really heal myself? What are all of these medications really doing to my body? Why can't I love myself enough or will myself enough to change? How can I stop my children from being affected by this? How can I get out of this endless negative cycle that I know that I am in, Tamika? It's killing me. It's literally tearing my life to shreds, and all I really want to do is to be happy. They ask me over and over, can I really completely heal myself from anxiety and depression? Can I really begin to be free from anxiety and depression? And so many more and more questions and concerns. So many amazing people who feel miserable, angry at themselves, stuck and hopeless, talked about their shattered lives, their desperate search for emotional and mental well-being, the feelings of aloneness and deep despair, the disappointments and fear that one day they just won't be able to pull themselves together, giving up any real long-lasting positive expectations that they will find success and inner happiness again, that living a dream life was a lie that they had fallen for as kids and had plagued them as they searched for it all of their lives. The questions and responses devastated me. But the responses from those who had been suffering for 5, 10, 20, over 30 years and had done all they could to heal themselves made me sad. They've gone to years of therapy, taken the medication, went to weekly support groups, joined a Facebook group to share their current episode, read self-help, did lots of personal development, lost all the while they were losing friends, all the while building walls between them and their daughters and sons. They've literally done all they could, and with some changes and some successes, and with a whole lot of effort. And after all of this, they still aren't living a life of fun, enthusiasm, and freedom that we all know is possible for even them too. And this turned my sadness into anger, actually, motivating me to reveal the truth of how people can begin to free themselves from anxiety and depression, inspiring me to teach anxiety and depression sufferers how to take power of their lives, and so that they can be free, so that they can open their minds and the door that will change how they experience anxiety and depression forever. I asked hundreds of men and women, what do you think it would take to heal from your anxiety and depression, to finally feel normal again? People literally did not know. They had done all they knew how to do to to do by themselves, to figure it out, to change, but they just couldn't find a way. They couldn't stay committed to the process long enough to change the behavior, and they definitely had no idea how to do it with ease and states of grace and relief like how I teach in my anxiety freedom training programs. They literally told me that they believed that they would die from some anxiety-related illness, like high blood pressure, diabetes, or battle with it for the rest of their lives, or give up, even though they really, really, really didn't want to. They just didn't know what to do to really help themselves heal. After talking with many anxiety and depression sufferers, hundreds of surveys, consultations, private and group coaching sessions, opening up and telling me about what really goes on in their minds, in their hearts, and in their households, telling me the truth that no family or friend has ever heard because they just felt so bad about it. Right there in direct communication with me, hundreds of people reveal what they truly wanted from life, what hurt them about the comments and actions of family, friends, and bosses, and how life partners often emotionally devastated them without even knowing, or family crushing them with their resentment and blame without even trying, why they are numb now too, and why they felt like they had to keep burying the pain inside. Over the years, they shared what they really want in life, their greatest hopes and dreams that they would never tell anyone anymore because of the snake bite of criticism from others. These people ask questions about their lives and mental and emotional healing that they have been desperate to understand. After reflecting on my own anxiety lessons and working with so many struggling people, a desire was birthed in me. A fire began burning. I have been practicing real-life keys to unlock the inner and emotional turmoil and chaos that lives in the mind, bodies, and emotions of anxious and depressed people, and had once lived in me. If those who are suffering from anxiety and depression got a hold of this information and really practiced the art of releasing techniques that I share, the art of anxiety releasing techniques that I share in my anxiety freedom training program, if you really understood how you ended up with anxiety and depression, if you understand how to let go of entrenched thought and emotional patterns daily in states of ease and relief, if you really got what it's like to daily do the things you love and appreciate, it would change everything. I mean, I ask you the question, would it change everything for you? Sharing these tools is like giving you a second chance in life, washing away a lifetime of rage and fights and hopelessness, stopping mood-altering triggers in their tracks and arming the ones struggling with information with what they need to finally have the purpose-filled, satisfied, powerful, loving life they always dreamed of. Sitting there, looking at the tools and practices of how I help myself and others from anxiety and depression, I knew I had a very important choice to make. I could do what most people in private coaching practices do. I could keep the information and only share with those who could pay hundreds and thousands of dollars per month in private and group coaching. I could bury the deeper truth about the role of spirituality and energy when healing the mind, body, and emotions. I could smile and nod whenever an anxiety sufferer asked me questions because I didn't want to give them information they couldn't handle at the moment. I could just tell people, sure, I know you're going to heal your anxiety, when all the time I knew that it was a real possibility that they may not heal themselves if they keep doing what they were doing. Or I can invite those struggling to take steps to completely heal their anxiety and depression, to learn the truth about themselves and their mental and emotional well-being. I can invite those suffering from anxiety and depression to learn how to take steps daily to get their life back, to walk in their power again, to experience the freedom from constant worry and fear, to learn how to be the amazing, powerful being they were born to live, born to be, so they could experience the positive and good feeling life that awaits them every day. Then that led me to a whole other problem. I knew that sharing this information without telling you how to use it would be like giving you miraculous powers and then telling you to go produce miracles. You still will be confused without a teacher, without specific weekly steps to take and a loving support to help you stay on track and to stay unstuck. All of us need teachers and support in our areas of weakness. It's more possible with my telegroup and live programs that I also offer, but a little less likely on this online program, but those other programs are always, always available to you. So I got to work and analyzed my information and brought it all together in my signature Art of Anxiety Releasing System that I teach in this Anxiety Freedom Training program. And I just want to reinforce, it's not just about knowing the information, because so many people want to know, but it's also about practice. It's actually more about using and practicing the techniques and processes daily. So I got to think about everything I knew about anxiety, spirituality, law of attraction, my critical thinking skills, my experience and experiences those that I met and work with, how anxious and depressed people think, what they want, why they get stuck and cheat themselves out of happiness in the now, in the present moment, why commitment to the self is so hard, what we really want in life but can never say because of the inner and outer criticism by self and others, about all the deep questions that anxiety sufferers have asked me about why them, why they can't get along with people anymore, why they are so sensitive to people's comments and so bad at communicating their real feelings, being who they really are, how they wish they didn't have to deal with this, and the pain of not being fully able to share what's really going on deep down inside. I wrote down everything that anxiety and depression sufferers desperately want to understand and accept about themselves, their deep and greatest desires, their hopes and fears, their wants and needs. And I created a step-by-step program about it. 9 powerful weeks of honest lessons, tools, and practices presented in audio form that answers the questions those fighting with anxiety and depression have been wanting to know for years. All combined in an exclusive healing training program I proudly call the Art of Anxiety Releasing, the Anxiety Freedom Training Program. And when it was done, I revealed this program to a very small select group of clients and friends. And Pamela said, "Tamika, thank you for introducing to me these principles and providing the necessary tools for me to realize my fullest potential. This has been a sensational journey for me. Within the first 3 weeks, the first 3 sessions, I have made major strides daily using the tools provided during those sessions. I began using the tools daily, and by the end of the weeks, I immediately realized transformation. Today, I have progress to the point of less anxiety. I have seized the opportunity to gain my life back, owning it, and keeping my personal space sacred. Honestly, I am gaining clarity, and my ability to process has changed." Lachey said, "The tools that I have learned in the living in the Anxiety Freedom Program that Tamika offers have given me a completely new perspective on life. In the past, I would bitch and moan and lament over everything that went wrong, day in and day out, without truly appreciating all the blessings that were in such great abundance around me. The stress was showing up as insomnia, headaches, tingling in my hands, and irritability. And as a result of using the tools, my life circumstances changed dramatically. I was able to discover my worth. I am able to really enjoy and engage my husband and family now. I'm going after my dreams and knowing that the life that I want to create is possible and already exists for me to enjoy fully." And Shirley said, "During my sessions with Tamika in her Anxiety Freedom Program, I learned many tools to use to help me reduce anxiety. Most importantly, I've increased my self-love, and I'm aware of my life purpose. I learned how to use the law of attraction to manifest some of my truest desires and make needed changes in my life. As a result of overcoming anxiety, resistance, and self-subconscious sabotage, I now have more clear, passion-filled goals that I am currently pursuing in all areas of my life. Flatly, here's my promise to you. If you can let go of some of the fear and the heaviness, let go of some of your resistance, then you can learn the honest truth about how to heal your anxiety and depressed mind and finally get back to being yourself and having the life you dream. You can take those steps. Here's what you'll discover when you enroll in the Art of Anxiety Releasing Program. You'll discover your success journey, your success journey, ways to getting out of the negative loop of worry and fear. You'll release victim mentality. You'll release mental, emotional programming. You'll learn some of these tools. You'll also learn how to get your energy back that has been lost over your lifetime. You'll learn how to cut the cords of misery by separating your energy from people who have held you hostage in their control. You'll learn how to release symptoms out of your energy field. You'll have forgiveness without having to feel like you need to forgive somebody. You'll be able to experience that. You'll find neutrality, self-validation. You'll release long emotional pain, blame, judgment in short periods of time. So many things. I'll take you through steps that will give you the confidence that you can have a successful, happy life again. To find the confidence to begin to please yourself as opposed to feeling the need to please everyone else around you to your own detriment. The biggest question I'm asked all the time from different people who are afraid to move forward, can I really live anxiety and depression free? Is it really possible? And I say yes, from my own life and from the experience of so many people that I've worked with. You will learn the straight and honest truth about how you have participated in the creation of anxiety and depression in your life, and how you can also uncreate it more easily than you ever thought or dreamed. You'll learn how to have relief through the processes of healing, and how you don't need the approval of people anymore to be happy. Now, I'm going to be honest. This material is not for the faint of heart, but will open up your eyes for everyone, forever, about the emotional truth and anxiety and depression that has been hanging over your life, and your power to create the life you deserve. You'll learn why just sitting in a support group and talking over and over about your anxiety and depression is actually more harmful than helpful. Plus, you'll experience ease, lightness, a sense of freedom and expansion as you take your steps in improving your self-esteem and raise your self-worth. You'll practice celebrating your steps and successes as opposed to invalidating them. You'll learn about why you can never fully get rid of anxiety until now, and exactly what to do to keep you constantly moving forward with your life, knowing exactly what to do if you ever get stuck again in the future. You'll gain the confidence to know that you'll always be able to heal yourself for the rest of your life, able to to trust and rebuild and have harmony in your relationships. And knowing that with these tools, you will not only survive anxiety and depression, but you will thrive in your life and relationships. Using my participants' results and personal reflection, I'll give you the absolute truth and questions and answer questions that has been invalidating you, that has been keeping you from moving forward and releasing your anxiety and depression for your entire life. And those are just some of the main parts. You'll also learn about the power of releasing and letting go, and how to use ancient energy healing techniques to massively multiply your emotional and mental mastery. Just learning this one tool can help you find more of a sense of relief and self-control and personal power in your life. How to feel like you can accomplish anything you put your mind on, even if you've given up hope on achieving your dreams a long time ago. And there's so much more that I could list out. Here's the flat-out truth of what's going to happen when you get this program. When you get this program and you go through it, you listen to what it says and practice a simple exercise that I give you, just doing the best you can. I'm not asking for perfection. I do not want perfection. I want the best you can. You'll know more about why you think and why you act the way you do. And you'll know how to begin to change what you think, how you act, and how you feel more easily than you ever have in the past. And you'll do it more easily and effortlessly than you ever thought or imagined. You'll know the secrets of powerful living that has seemingly been hidden from you all of these years. You'll finally understand how you succeeded in some areas and dismally failed in others. In short, you'll understand how you came to have anxiety and depression in the first place and how to finally end it. Listen, if you're a person who really wants to heal anxiety and depression and feel the power and control back over your life, this program will change everything for you. If you walk away now, you'll always wonder if this program could have actually worked, if working with Tamika in a group program would work. But you know what? You need to be ready for what it's like when you feel confident and stable and free to live life on your own terms again. When you suddenly understand you have the power to change everything in your life that you formerly were stuck in. What it's like to feel successful and happy again when many of the problems you have in your life and relationships just seem to fade away. You need to be ready for when you look in the mirror at yourself in awe, wondering who this amazing, wonderful person is. It's you. If you're like most people I work with, as it happens, you'll be shocked. You'll find this powerful confidence and belief pulsing through your whole body. You'll be planning the next 3-day getaway, freely going outside, confident to share your point of view to authority figures, subconsciously realizing you're one of the people in life that actually gets to be happy, the one who gets to feel good about living their purpose. Just imagine this for a minute. All that anxiety fading away. No more wondering if people can see you having a panic attack. or notice you're all knotted up inside. No more feeling trapped and devastated by the hurtful words of your loved ones. Imagine feeling those tears, anger, frustration, and doubt just fade away into peaceful sleep every night, knowing that you are loved, loved by you, and loved by everyone else who you love, and who feels good now that you're attracting others who love you, who appreciate you, who are grateful for the steps you've taken. Would you want that? Would that feel pretty good? You bet it would. And here's the really cool part. Just go through the Anxiety Freedom Program and use the tools and the practices as best you can, and you'll have the secret to unlocking your own power and potential. Every mystery of how to stop anxiety and depression laid out in detail and finally explained. No more months and months of telling your same anxiety story. No more fighting yourself. No more begging and pleading, understanding of how to stop your suffering. No more putting what others think over what you think. If I don't please them, they'll leave me. I'll be alone. I'll be in pain. No more. Let me ask you a question. How much is it worth to you to feel like you're empowered to live a happy life again? To suddenly understand how to end the pain, the panic, the despair, and ease and the energy of letting go? To be satisfied and have more ease in life, to be adored and appreciated by yourself, your partner, your family, your friends. If this training helps you find that control and power back over your life, or if just by going through this training you could take steps in repairing the massive rifts that you might be feeling within yourself, with your partner, your children, your friends, if you could stop the fights, stop the anger, stop the frustration and feelings of hopelessness, and establish love for yourself and those you love, how much would that be worth? I mean, think about some of the other stuff you spend money on, the medication, the travel to the doctors, the loss of money from not being able to go to work for days and days, the time off that you had to take a pay cut. Ask yourself, would it be worth $10 a day to take massive steps toward having wellness and to begin to live the life of my dreams? If by a miracle I could give you the life and mental and emotional health of your dreams for 1 full year and said it would cost you $3,650, is that a deal you would want to take? Because if this program doesn't open your eyes and radically change the way you think and feel about yourself forever, it's probably because maybe you're not ready to take these quantum steps over your life and have the mental and emotional wellness subconsciously. And this program isn't even going to cost a fraction of that price. And you know what? It's okay if you're ready or not. It's actually a step realizing that you're ready or not. It's actually a step to continue to be listening to this program, because it gives you a gauge as to where you are, so you could take a different kind of step for what I'm offering. Or maybe you would rather feel like nothing's worked and nothing has worked in the past, and you're okay just being where you are. And that's what I teach. It's okay for you to be exactly where you are. And maybe this program isn't for you. Maybe you need to go and talk to a traditional therapist. Maybe you need to continue to take your medication. I don't know, but only you do. I really hope that's not true, though, because the possibilities, once you really absorb this information and practices, are endless. I'm telling you, I built my business using the same practices that I used to release the initial anxiety and depression. And actually, they're priceless, too. I mean, I'm not even offering half of the $3,650. I'm not offering $2,000. I'm not even offering $1,000. I'm not even offering $500. But this information is priceless. Honestly, the tools in the program that I'm offering you is invaluable. They are the same tools that saved my life. And there is no amount of money that was worth my healing. There's very few people out there that's willing to find ways. There are very few people out there that's willing to find ways to give you your power back. They want to have some type of control, because that would mean that you could one day say you no longer need them. Well, I want you to grow and not need me, actually. I can't promise that will fully happen within these short 9 weeks, but I do promise that you it will help you dramatically take major steps towards your life goals and healing your anxiety and depression. You may have to take my next step 9-week program that I offer after this one, or join one of my telecourses in my Anxiety Freedom telecourse program. But I can promise that if you take the steps and use the tools daily as best as you can, you will begin to notice major, major shifts as you practice the tools. But please, for your sake and mine, don't even think about enrolling in this Anxiety Freedom Training Program and learning how to more easily and effortlessly create anxiety and depression-free life unless you can promise me 2 things. One, you could put your inner negative critic aside and really open to the practices and processes that I'm going to share with you. No matter how hard it is, actually the processes are very easy, or how different it is from the half-truths and the half-lies that you've been told from people from so many years. If you're not ready to let your anxiety and depression story really go, then you may not be ready to do this program. If you're one of the people that's interested in doing this in effort, then this program isn't for you. And number 2, you will only use this information for yourself, not to try to get others to do the program or help others. Help yourself first. You can't give what you feel you don't have. You can't help if you need help. You heal first and allow that healing to spread out to others by them noticing your change, by them being affected by your changed vibrations, okay? If you really thought about this and is willing to take a leap, it's time to get down to brass tacks. Go ahead and sign up for the program. Go ahead and click right now, very low cost. Why doesn't this program cost $2,000 or more? I mean, when you think about it, understanding how to holistically and completely heal your anxiety and depression is probably the biggest thing holding you back from having the life, the love, the family, the career, and the money you've always wanted. When I finally understood how I soared in some areas and crashed and burned in others, I was so overcome with gratitude and thanksgiving. Like I said, it was priceless and invaluable to my healing. I honestly don't think I would have had the success I have in my life at this very moment and the amazing sense of emotional, mental well-being and vitality if I didn't learn and constantly use the very tools and practices that I'm willing to share with you in this program. I can easily take this material and turn it into an exclusive weekend seminar and charge $2,000 a seat or more. And I know enough people who silently suffer from anxiety and depression would crave this material. But you know what? This isn't about the money for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do believe in receiving money as a form of energy exchange for the tools I share with the world, but this is really about helping as many people heal as I can, about helping you have a great life, great loving relationships, and a possibility of happiness and vitality that you deserve. So I hope you can hear from my voice how passionate and how much I want this for you. So I'm not going to ask you to invest $2,000 in this training program, even though I know it's worth far more than that. I won't even ask you to, I won't even, say the cost is $997. Heck, I won't even say the cost is $497, under $500. And although many of my peers and friends and clients are like, this is absolutely absurd. You need to charge more than that, for your training because it's so valuable. I said no. I decided that I was going to do something maybe a little unbelievable. I'm going to set the price of my Art of Anxiety Releasing Technique, Anxiety Freedom Training Program to $147. But as long as this video is up, I can take it down at any time. I'll let you have it, the complete program right now for just $97. But I'm only going to guarantee this low enrollment cost to you if you hit the Add to Cart button below. You go now and you click and you get the program and you start using it and let me know how it's going. In fact, don't be surprised if you leave this page and come back and you see the price has changed back to the $147 or even more, depending on when you see this video. And to make it a real no-brainer, when you act today, you'll receive additional bonuses. One, you'll receive 4 free 15-minute healing meditations to help you find ease and relief and continue to release your inner blockages. You can listen to these meditations anywhere, and they'll just help guide you easily to releasing all of these blockages And secondly, you'll get my 30-day activity guide for my Jumpstart Your Success 30-day video program that I no longer offer, actually. So you'll get something that's not even being offered on the market anymore. I had to think long and hard about sharing this information. One, because I know that many anxiety and depression sufferers sometimes need more than a self-directed program to help them find their success and happiness. And number two, I know that this is a viable alternative to traditional mental and emotional health care. And some people are a little bit leery of that. But because I'm so invested in that you find your freedom, happiness, and sense of well-being from now on, and because you promise to only use this information to begin your own personal healing path, I'm willing to offer this introductory program to help you on your journey. With both of us understanding that you may still need some assistance through my telecoaching or private coaching or some other type of assistance, but you may not, to help you until you establish these new processes in your life. So just as I needed it, a teacher, a mentor, a coach, so I want to let you know that I understand that this program is about steps and it's about progress. And I want you to know that I'm here for you through the entirety of the way. I don't know what other programs you've tried in the past, but I do not want to overstate that this program is different and could be a huge quantum step in you finally understanding your life and finding your healing. An absolute tremendous chance to understand and feel empowered to have mental and emotional mastery. A definite chance to truly begin to live the hopes, passions, and success of your dreams. A great life-changing opportunity to create loving, appreciative relationships. It's sad, but with all the emails I receive from people, so many people continue to self-sabotage their own happiness. They bend over backwards for people who don't deserve them. They spend their days wishing and wanting to have a different life, completely blind to the incredible happiness, power, and control available right in front of them. Right now, there are people who are going to get it. They're going to go through this training and experience the greatest life-changing ahas they've ever had in their life. And they're going to begin to find happiness. And you've got a chance right now to be one of them. If you just click the Add to Cart button, or if you just click and sign up for the program. Oh, and just to show you how serious I am, to make this just as easy for you as possible, here's why. You 100% can't lose. Tamika's 100% satisfaction money-back guarantee. Here's how this works, and here's all you have to do. Just say, okay, I'll try the Art of Anxiety Releasing program. Take a deep breath and go through the program. Go through the entire 9-week program using the tools and practices the best you can, and that's meaning actually doing them the best you can, not like having the program up on the shelf. But if you're doing them, and not perfectly, just your best at the moment, and if you do not notice successes, changes within your mind, emotion, and outer world, then you can receive your money back. No fine print, no wiggle room. Just let me or my staff know after the 9 weeks, and you'll get your money back. And all you have to do to get started is to click the Add to Cart button, or to go and sign up, click the button below and sign up. Simply hit the button, enter your credit card information on the next page, and you'll have access to the first week of the training. The training will come to you, and the information will come to you in your inbox. And you'll be able to get started in just a few short minutes from now. It's decision time. Truly one of the most important decisions of your life. Right now, as you're watching this, you're at a crossroads that could change so many things in your life. But if you think about it, you really just have two options. One option, you can leave the page, you can close the video, you can get up from your computer, try to forget everything I just told you, try to ignore the nagging feeling in the back of your mind that's saying that maybe this program may finally work for me. This may be the community and the connection that actually helps me to understand my life and help me to really change. Tamika and these tools may be the tools to help me finally build my self-esteem, self-love, live my passion and dreams again, to help me to stop getting angry, to stop feeling unappreciated, to release feelings of hopelessness and loss and wondering why can't I be happy and have a normal life again. Or, you can ignore that seeking feeling. Or you can go with option 2. You can be one of the people who recognizes something special when you hear it or you feel it. You can be one of the people that just know that this program is for you. You can be one of the people that want to be connected. And I know there are so many programs out there, but what do you have to lose? $97? You have barely anything to lose, but you have everything to gain. It is priceless, people, I tell you. You will get to learn these simple yet extremely effective tools and processes, and who gets to feel the anxiety and depression fade away. Do you really want to keep fighting yourself and your anxiety and depression for all of your life, or do you want to be true and be your best self, being you, being happy, being connected, living in wellness, having passion, vitality that you always wanted, the healing you crave? To grab your spot in the Anxiety Freedom Training Program, all you have to do is just click the button. Be ready to take a step and to say yes to yourself. You'll gain instant access to the first week of the transformative training. You'll receive the first week of the free healing and energy flow meditations. You'll receive the 30-day activity guide from the Jumpstart Your Dream Success program, and will know more about how to heal yourself and your anxiety and depression than you ever known in the past before. Risk nothing and gain your life back. Click the button below now and grab this healing training program while you can. I'm excited to hear about your steps and your successes. Thank you. I'm Tamika LaShawn Aaron.